Hi and welcome back to the latest New Zealand property podcast and video series. And I've got the founder of a company called Real Growth here, Ben from Christchurch. Welcome along to the podcast and good to see you.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for letting me join you guys today.
Yeah, good. And this is like we do with, we have impromptu conversations sometime, and this is going to be one of them. We haven't got a whole dialogue what we're going to write down, but I came across you last year and I saw some good agents use Real Growth for pushing their own brand and getting appraisals and what have you. But what we're going to talk about today is not really that. It's a product that I've had trouble with in the past, is when people, our buyers want to advertise, our vendors want to advertise their property, and I've tried a lot of people with Facebook marketing and all sorts of type of marketing, and haven't had a lot of success. And there's been most of them have been tyre kickers who have come through it. I know we still get some, but that's just nature of the beast where we are. But I sort of want to just talk a bit about that today. Of how, for example, we charge about $499, I think it is, for a 2-week program, but we get really good results for it. But maybe you tell us a bit about how it come about and a bit about it, and I'll sort of back up what experiences I've had.
Sure. Basically, what we found is that a lot of the buyers out there aren't always on the portals. And so we've got active buyers who are on the portals every single day, and you've got buyers who are what we call like passive buyers who, if the right property came across their feed at the right time, they might be interested. And so we found that there was a great opportunity there to leverage Facebook and Instagram in order to get properties in front of buyers, in front of people who might not be actually on the portals. And so we're attracting a subset of additional buyers to the market by leveraging Facebook and Instagram ads.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to someone just yesterday about, and just sort of saying that it's they're almost ready. I mean, they said they're not looking on Trade Me or real estate yet, Harcourts and One Roof. I better give them all nickel push. But they're sort of the next people to go there. So I suppose and maybe they had been looking at property, I guess, and that's probably how they pop up. How do they pop up on the ads and stuff that we do?
Yeah, we try and target people who are looking at buying. But you do get all sorts, like you said. So you get all sorts of people, whether they're just curious, they might be local, the neighbours who are curious to know what's selling in the area, or they might be people who are thinking of buying something if the right property came about. So that's what we're trying to achieve there.
Yeah, and one of the things I like is, and it's interesting you say about the neighbours and stuff, and some people who may not be interested in buying, but some are, is to the people that come through the scenario of the marketing online, is they're telling us not only their phone number and their name and their email address, they're actually saying whether they're interested in buying a property and whether they've got finance. So for the vendor selling, and for me or another agent who's helping the vendor advertise it to a different market again, it's really good because they're relatively qualified. Some slip through, but there's the more qualified leads I've seen with Real Growth than I've seen with probably the other 5 or 6 I've tried over the last 5 or 6 years that haven't worked out quite so well. So I love the qualification side of it.
Yeah. That's it. That the reason we introduced that is agents wanted a bit more idea on where that buyer was at when they were inquiring about the property. So do they have pre-approval, yes or no? Are they looking to buy, or are they just curious? And then collecting all that other information so agents can proactively follow up with every single inquiry over the phone to get them to the open home, or get them to the auction, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, and it's great for me when I see them come through and it's yes, I'm looking, and yes, I've got finance. I'm going, yep, got to ring them up, and if I've tight for time, I'll put the other ones maybe on the side and get back to them, sort of thing. But also doesn't, if you're an agent watching this, or a homeowner wondering whether to use it or not, even if they'd say they're not interested, we got a thing in real estate: buyers are liars. And I'm not saying all buyers are liars, but it's a fact that sometimes they don't want to give too much out. So they don't want to say, yeah, I'm interested in buying, when they might be